Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Alex Shelley.
That's not a bad one. Gary Rhodes, everybody.
This is our TNA show for the week, and we'll get right into it. We had the beginning of the night, we had Mr. Anderson, D'Lo, and Devon representing Aces and Eights. Kurt Angle and TNA come out, they do their little fracas, set up a match for later on the night. This is beginning to be the formulaic opening of the show for them.
It's really not changed if you look, beforehand. Their main events have usually been Angle and a hodgepodge of TNA guys versus the same members of Aces and Eights.
Yep.
Do something different. Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to get more behind the Aces and Eights, but you gotta have some variety in this,
Then we go right into, we see Joey Ryan trying to petition Brooke Hogan to become the new Knockouts referee. And she basically tells him, okay, I got a lot on my plate, go ahead and do it. Which leads us right in the match. Gail Kim and Tara versus Velvet Sky and Tara and Terrell. This is a decent match. I like how Joey Ryan was playing for the heels. Basically trying to grope the women the whole time. I think it did more for Joey Ryan's character than any of the women in the match, actually.
And you know what? I think that was probably the best part of it is right now that his character is kind of dwindling, and he came in with a real decent buzz. His character isn't the greatest wrestler. I know he's a better wrestler than what he portrays, but I think this is what's needed for his career.
Yeah, he needed a little kick in the pants, and he ended up getting a kick in the
nads.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of a kick in the nads, we had Aries and Rude and Chavo and Hernandez. Basically hyping up a match for next week. What to do if Chavo and Hernandez lose, they got to break up.
Another thing is, now there'll only be 2 tag teams left if they break up.
There you go. Sometimes you need to break it up to make it good again.
And I think so too. I honestly, I'm kind of tired of seeing these 2 teams go at it, so we'll see what's going on.
You can inject a combination and make one of the Aces and Eights teams an actual team. Someone like Anderson. Someone like Briscoe and Bischoff, who team a lot, you could use them as an actual team. Nux and Doc.
Even Devon and Anderson.
Or you could have one of the teams win it and go under the Freeburg rule.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we go into the gut check segment. We have Magno versus Adam Pearce. I thought it was an okay match. You expected more from both of them.
Well, Adam Pearce has been wrestling 17 years. Magno's been wrestling quite a bit too, and they made a big hype because the guy that trained him trained with
Eddie Mysterio.
No, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah, that was it, yeah.
And
Magno wrestled Rey Mysterio a long time back.
Yeah. So I'm expecting a better match than what we get. That's my opinion on things.
I thought it was an okay match. I think the unfamiliarity with the 2 guys is what hurt it. I've seen Adam Pearce a lot, and I know that he could do better than this. That's going to lead us right into our question of the week for this week. Out of the 2 gut check guys, because we know that the win doesn't matter, who do you think is going to get the contract if they give it to either of them? I'll go ahead and let you answer first.
I'm going to go with Adam Pearce just because of the name quality. Because honestly, I wasn't really caring about the gut check match. I was wanting to see what Adam Pearce had to offer, see if he was still as good as last time I seen him. It was like maybe 5-6 years ago. The last time I saw Adam Pearce, and I honestly think he'll probably be the one. He should be the one that gets over. Magno is. I'm not a big fan of masked luchadors. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they fit in their places, but Rey Mysterio's kind of really killed me on the masked luchador.
Well, see, the thing that I think Magno would have a better chance if he fit within their weight constrictions now for the X division. But since he didn't, I don't see Adam Pearce. I could see being a contender for the TV title, for the world title. Can't see Magno competing for either. And he can't compete for the X title because he's bigger than the limitations now. So I'm going to go with Adam Pearce too.
The thing that gets me is Adam Pearce is great. What was the guy's name that was a couple months back? He had basically the clothesline from hell. Called it the boomstick.
Jay Bradley.
Jay Bradley. Where's he been? This guy won the gut check and he just fell off the face of the earth.
They buried them guys for a little while, mostly.
I honestly was waiting to see this guy on television. I hope they don't do the same thing with Adam Pearce if he is the one that wins. I just hope he doesn't turn into another Christian York, where I was really psyched, and now just always kind of disappointed whenever Christian York's wrestling.
Now, coming off of that, our question of the week for this week, since they're teasing a Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez breakup, do you think it's time for them to go their separate ways? Let us know what you think. Hit us up on our Twitter, hit us up on Facebook, put it down where?
Down there.
Right down there in the comments. Then we're treated to a backstage segment where Aces and Eights tries to recruit AJ Styles. Everything about this reminds me of the Sting NWO angle.
You've said that since the first time AJ left.
But do you see?
I see the similarities too. I do also.
He isn't even talking anymore, just like Sting.
Exactly. And I just really hope that this really helps his character out. But I really hope he doesn't join the Aces and Eights, because he'll just get lost in the shuffle. And you're really killing this guy's character, because he's this company's franchise. He was their Sting to WCW. He was their Hulk Hogan to the 1988 WWF. AJ Styles has been the face of TNA.
Well, and then we had after that we had Hulk Hogan called AJ out to the ring. Before AJ could say anything, James Storm came out, did his little thing, asked him which way he goes, and AJ pretty much just walked away. The whole time he was holding the vest he was given by Aces and Eights. And
all three commentators were like, "Oh, he's joined them. He's joined." You know, hyping it up. It's just like, really, he's just carrying it.
Like I said, it reminds me so much of the Sting angle. James Storm playing the Lex Luger role. Hulk Hogan playing, I guess it would have been the Eric Bischoff role.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's too similar for me to like it too much. I like AJ as a wrestler. I don't like the angle they're using him in. I hope it leads us back to AJ actually wrestling, because what's it been, like 4 or 5 months since he has?
Yeah, and the thing is, it was supposed to be, you know, I like the rivalry him and Storm were building up.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't interject another storyline with the Aces and Eights into it. I would just keep it between these two.
Now we have the second match in the new revised X Division rules. We had Sanjay Dutt versus Mason Andrews versus Petey Williams. And Gary's very happy because Maple Leaf Muscle win with the Canadian Destroyer.
Petey Williams is one of the best small wrestlers in the business. I've always enjoyed watching Petey Williams wrestle.
I have no idea why they let him go years ago.
I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know if it was maybe like a passport issues or anything like that, because I know he's Canadian. But honestly, Petey Williams was the shining star of the X Division. The matches he's put on with AJ Styles, the matches he's put on with Daniels, Kazarian, Dutt even beforehand, Alex Shelley. The names go on, and Petey's beat him.
I don't understand why he ever had to leave. I think it's a welcome addition. I think all these guys, Sanjay Dutt being more on the show is a welcome addition. Mason Andrews coming back is a welcome addition. I'm glad they didn't bring either Petey back as Mini Scott Steiner, although he did have a similar gear to it, or Sanjay Dutt as the Guru, because I thought both of them gimmicks were kind of bad.
I didn't mind the little Scott Steiner one, because it gave Scott Steiner something to do there. But Petey Williams, like I said, he's a superstar. He is, but he's a superstar. They just need to get him on television. He captivates the audience, man.
Next, we had our weekly Aces and Eights versus TNA. What was it, a 6-man or a 10-man?
Dude, I didn't even pay attention, man. It wasn't that great.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
Charles Barkley. It was, like I said, it's just a rehash main event for now that they're putting Aces and Eights on television more and put them in a main event spot, but they're taking them against the same guy. Your Samoa Joe, your Kurt Angle, Magnus, Eric Young, and there was someone else. Abyss. Joseph Park, which took the loss.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming way too late. It's lazy booking.
It is.
What it is.
Well, like I was telling you, this was the tape show. I was like, man, you know what? I can't stand it. when he was so lackluster compared to last week. Like you even said, they don't put a lot into their tape show, which I think they should. You know?
I agree. And coming off of that,
Did the show make you feel sick too?
A little bit, man.
All right.
Now, coming off of that, we had our main segment of the night, Bully Ray and Brooke. I thought it came off really well. I thought Brooke actually looked better in this segment than she's looked since she's been in TNA.
A little bit more professional, a little bit more into the business.
Yeah. I mean, not looked like actual physical looks.
Yeah, I'm saying, well, yeah. She looks more at home with being in a ring.
More comfortable.
Yeah, and I mean, she was raised in that area. You know, I mean, that's the thing. You expect more of, these kids to, their fathers or mothers or whatever were wrestlers. I mean, you look at guys like Cody Rhodes.
Speaking of her father, let's do our Hulk Hogan Thunderlips cow for the week.
All right, let's don't get sick on me.
We had Hulk Hogan Thunderlips was on our show, not once, not twice,
Not thrice.
not thrice, but four times.
Woo.
Woo!
There you go.
But, I mean,
Oh my God, Gene.
I thought the Bully Ray and Brooke thing, I thought it was badly placed. I would have rather seen the X title match or the X division match here. As bad as we talked about the 10-man match, I think they should end it with that over this.
Exactly.
But it was a good segment. Don't get me wrong. I just think it was placed wrong.
All right. So what would you rate this show?
Well, let's go through our ratings for the people that haven't seen our show as of yet.
All right.
We go basically 5's the best, 1's the worst. The 5's a Kurt Angle, 4's a Christopher Daniels, 3's a James Storm, 2's a Christian York, 1's a Garrett Bischoff. I'm going to go with a 2, a Christian York on it. I didn't think it was that great of a show. I think that a lot of it was lackluster.
I'm going to be even harder on you. I'm going to give it a Garrett Bischoff. The only shining star to me was seeing Petey Williams back in the ring for the first time since 2009. Other than that, I just wasn't impressed with it. Aries and Rude segment, they've done so much better segments before that. I really don't care if the Chavo Hernandez pairing, the Adam Pearce match really let me down. The AJ Styles, next to the only thing, the saving grace, the only reason they're getting anything would be the
Well, we don't have anything under that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was the only reason I could think of giving it the one. And that was the Dutt, Anders, and Petey Williams match. So yeah, I'm giving it a Bischoff.
Yeah, but basically that's all I got to say about it. Is there anything you want to
That's it. It's terrible.
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 My name is George Coles.
I'm Gary Rhodes.
And this has been our Heel Heat TNA show.